5 days ago, we launched Z-Host Marketplace. Now, Z-Host Marketplace is filled with property owners who reached out to us expressing their interest in finding a co-host to work with so that they can make money on Airbnb. So what we do is we connect those property owners with co-hosts that we know in our network that are looking for these opportunities so that they can get started in this business without spending any money at all. The beauty of all this is our user Jazmin joined this marketplace 5 days ago. Now today, I'm going to share with you how Jazmin was able to secure someone that wanted a co-host and within 5 days helped them get everything set up. Their property was already furnished, but on top of that, that person already has a booking. So the power of all of this is the fact that she didn't have to spend any money to get started. All she had to do was connect with Z-Host. We helped her get this access so that she was able to start her business and meet a client that she knew nothing about last week. So in this case, you're gonna learn all about that. You're gonna understand the dynamic of everything. If you have any questions about anything, at the end of this video, only at the end of this video, because I'll actually know if you watch this video or not, go ahead and click the next link that you see where you can book a call with us and we can help you understand what it takes to actually have access to our Z-Host Marketplace so that you can start your co-host business tomorrow. What's up, everybody? Landon Brazil here, co-founder of zfind.com, the #1 Airbnb approved property distribution platform where property owners are uploading their properties approved for rental arbitrage. And I have Jazmin right here, who is a co-host, and she's used zfind. And basically, we want to just get into a conversation about co-hosting and some of the topics around co-hosting and how she's benefited from using zfind as a platform for her business. So, Jazmin, let me ask you, as far as co-hosting, people talk about co-hosting a lot, and they always say, like, unless you don't get into co-hosting unless you actually have a property, like your own property that you've already managed before, because a lot of times people are getting into co-hosting and they have no experience. They don't know what they're doing. They don't understand respecting someone's property. Like they just don't have that. And then when you're going in to manage a property owner's property or someone else's asset, you don't have that, feeling of, understanding what you're doing and protecting someone's actual asset. So when you hear people say don't get into co-hosting unless you have a property, like how do you actually feel about that?
I don't really agree with that. And the reason why is because as co-hosts, we make our money off of that property. We make our money off of how profitable is that property. We only get maybe 15 to 25% of the revenue.
Right.
And so our primary goal is to make sure that property is very profitable so we can actually get a nice, a nice pay out of it. But also referrals. We make our money off of referrals as well. So we want to make sure that property is upkept. We want to make sure you have the best property. We want to make sure that you as a client are even happy as well as a guest. So I don't agree with that, because with co-hosts, we actually have to learn the game. We have to learn about the metrics. We have to learn about the profitability. We have to learn about so much more than if it was just a regular property owner. They're like, okay, this is my property. If this doesn't work out, I can turn it into midterm rental, or I can turn it into a long term if it doesn't work out. For us, we don't want you to turn it into a long term because we lose out on our business. Right. We lose out on our money. So I don't agree with that.
There's a lot of people in the space that understand co-hosting for short-term rentals.
Yeah.
But there's very few people that understand midterm rentals and just getting longer stays. Do you feel like you're losing out on a lot of income by understanding the skill of midterm rentals?
No, I actually feel like midterm rentals is probably the new way to go, honestly. Okay. And the reason why I state that is because if you market it right, you can actually make a lot of money off of it. You have to know what you're doing, and it takes a while, but if you know what you're doing, you can actually make more money in midterm rental with the less stress of it. And not only that, with Airbnb, let's say Airbnb, Vrbo, anything short-term rental, you're putting on an OTA. And so you're at the discretion of them. We all know it. We all hate it. We're at the discretion of them. With midterm rental, you are the power player where you control your rental agreements. You take your payments. There is no one canceling on there. You're able to do a lot more and have a lot more control with midterm rental than you do with a short-term rental. I honestly feel like midterm rental is the way to go now.
For sure. In the market as well. And you just have way more options. You can have a Rolodex. I won't get into your expertise, but I do know a lot about it as well. I'll just act like I don't know, and I'll let you, be the star. Um, so when someone when someone's becoming a co-host and they're getting into whether they've been doing this for a while or it's their first time, since they don't have any money down and a property owner knows that, how do you actually ensure that the property owner or the operator, someone doing rental arbitrage and looking for a co-host, like how do you actually ensure that you will actually protect their investment? Like how do they know that you're the right person to protect their investment when you don't have any investment in the deal at all?
Yeah. So number one is contracts. Having your contracts in place, it's giving them a protection of an ease of mind. Like if anything ever happens, okay, I have something in place where either A, I can cancel you at any time, or we always hate it, but you can go to court route as well. So number one is definitely making sure you have your contracts in place. Number two is offering them maybe like I offered my clients like 30 days free because I believe in my services and my products so well that I will offer it free or to like $500. Hey, use my services for 30 days, 30 to 60 days. If you don't like it, okay, no worries. We could part ways, but it's offering them already kind of like that free trial. Like anything, like it's like that free trial. You get to see that free trial. You get to see my expertise. You get to see, hey, she's actually getting bookings in. Hey, she's actually doing what she stated she was going to do. And then, hey, let's go ahead and move forward.
Hey, that's interesting. So number one is contracts, making sure all the legalities are in place, making sure at least they understand that you have some type of structure behind what you're doing. Because
yes, exactly.
They give leases and it's contractual, so they have structure behind what they do. And if you're coming in and you don't have any structure, they're gonna look at you as like you don't know what you're doing. So contracts number one, and then something that stands out for sure that haven't seen this through my experience of this business is free trials. Offering a 30-day free trial, 15-day free trial, however long you do it, to make sure that, look, you're showing them, look, I'm confident in what I do. I'm gonna make you money regardless. I just need you to believe. So you're getting this free work, you're getting this free help, you're gonna make money, and then once I've proven to you that I can make you money, then here's my invoice or however you charge.
Exactly. Exactly.
Cool. That's awesome. What made you get into co-hosting rather than doing rental arbitrage?
I was actually a leasing agent. I was assistant manager, and I was an intern property manager from some high property companies. Okay. And I also worked in a hotel. So with that, I just put both of my expertise together and I offered it to other people. I told them, I was like, hey, I can find you a property. I can not only find you a property, I can find you a property, I can set the property up, and I can also manage the property for you.
Yeah.
And I didn't have money to get in the game, but I knew I had my expertise. And so I knew I had the knowledge in it. I knew I was hungry for the game. So I found people that were looking for properties and just told them, hey, I can do the property for you. And they're like, I didn't want to touch it at all. Right. Perfect. I will do it all for you.
Right.
And I kept doing that until I got into my own properties. I honestly do not feel like you can either go both routes. I know people that they have money to go into it, but they don't want to get in their own. Right. They want to just do co-host, and they're perfectly fine with it because they don't really have any loss, and there's only gain. You only gain in there. Me personally, I honestly like having my own for the simple fact, eventually, if I do want to, I like teaching my clients. So I kind of like teaching them kind of what I know as well. So then they can eventually go out and they can do it on their own if they want. They don't want to co-host. And then I still have my own property. So if they all do leave, it's fine. I have my own properties and I can turn them all to midterm rental. And I'm perfectly fine with that. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I won't talk too much about myself, but
Yeah.
because I couldn't afford to get into rental arbitrage originally, I also did co-hosting. Now,
Right.
my strategy, once I learned that I could manage a property owner's property for them, I said, well, actually, this is a great way for me to build my network with property owners. From going from not being able to afford a lease to actually doing co-hosting solely for the fact that I can network with these property owners is
Right.
how I started building my network for ZFind.
That's amazing.
Like there's so
And
many
now
ways that you
it's a
can,
leading platform. So it's amazing.
yeah, and there's so many ways that you can leverage co-hosting to get your foot in the door. So I think anybody's story around co-hosting is pretty interesting. All right,
Yes.
cool. So I know you use ZFind and you're a co-host, and
Yeah.
ZFind is a platform really mainly for people that want to do rental arbitrage. And it's hard to find the person that is looking for a co-host using
Mhm.
ZFind unless you already know of someone that wants a co-host and needs a property. So when it came
Right.
to using ZFind, and we have ZHost as well for co-host, like how was your experience using our resources and tools to help you find
Um,
someone to have a co-host?
uh, Honestly, it was very easy, very seamless. Process was actually amazing. I immediately got her information. After I got her information, I contacted her. And within less than, I want to say a week, we were able to secure her and help her out with her process. So, she was kind of distraught, but literally within just with the host, we were able to help her within a week. And now she's like super happy now. So
Awesome. And so, like, was this week period like from you not knowing who she was, not
I
having
did
this
not know
in
who she
place?
was at all. Like,
Okay,
never met her, never knew her, never even heard of her.
right.
But literally from the week took from contacting her, getting her on the phone, texting her, giving her some reassurance, checking out her property, and to now within a week she is going to have a midterm, long term tenant to come in there
Wait, you already
and
have
she
a
went from $0. She went from $0, pretty much paying out of pocket, and now she's gonna make a profit within literally a week.
wait, hold on. So she already has a booking
Yeah.
after a week.
Hmm.
So all right, so let me get this straight. So basically you can get connected with someone that wants to have a co-host,
Yeah.
and you as a host cannot have any stream of income. Now I don't know if you're
Hmm.
doing this for free, like you said, but
Right. Yeah.
you not having any income from someone to being connected with someone that wants to have a co-host, and a week later you can potentially start making money off of someone you did not know a week prior.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you.
Um, so yeah, so that's awesome. So the next thing that I want to ask you is Z hosts or Z finds something that you would recommend to someone else when it comes to getting started in their business, and be completely honest. Like, and
Absolutely.
and then
Absolutely.
my second question to that is, what type of person do you feel is suitable to start this business? Like, could
Yeah.
they be experienced? Like, should they use ZFind if they have no experience? Like, should they use ZFind if they have experience, or should they just go straight to Z host? Like, what are the areas that you feel like are best
So,
suitable for someone?
first, I would say definitely, absolutely on both sides. Whether you are the other end, where you're the host side, then absolutely. Or even if you're just a person where you're, I would say even a landlord, because we are actually looking for properties on there. So
Right.
I would say even a landlord, but I would also even say a person that they want to find a place or they want to find a host that can help them. I would say absolutely. So all around, that's one good thing about ZFine is it's not geared to one person, it's geared to everybody. If you're experienced, if you're non-experienced. ZFind helps people that literally is trying to find properties, and it takes the guesswork out of it. Instead of like calling up all these people, you already have a list. You select which property you like, put it in AirDNA, do your, do your stats on it. And then if you like that property, okay, great. Go ahead, put in there that you're, this is the property I want. And it's seamless. You get it in instant minutes of like, hey, this is the owner's information, contact them and get the process started. And I feel like with that, I mean, when I came to it, I was kind of experienced, and it helped me out tremendously, even with me being experienced, and I could find them on my own, because it takes all of that work of finding a property out the door. It takes it out the door. And then for a Z host, I mean, absolutely for both sides. Like my client was literally distraught. She was like, I'm about to go to college. I don't know what to do. And literally within a week, now she's super happy. For us, it was also awesome because I'm able to help her.
Right.
I came to her and I was able to help her, and I got a client now. Now, I probably got a client for life because I was able to help her in that situation.
Right.
So for me, it helps for both people. If you're a host, or I guess if you're a co-host looking for, someone's property to manage, then you have it there.
Right.
And then also in the other way, if you're looking for someone that's trustworthy, then do your due diligence and come over here. So I honestly feel like both of them it's amazing.
Awesome. Well, I truly appreciate the feedback. And I appreciate you for bringing value to this industry. I love talking to coaches, people that offer services, hosts, co-hosts. I love talking to anyone that is providing value in this industry, because that's essentially the reason why I did this. My goal is to provide as much value as possible to the people that are serving this industry, to help the people that want to get into this industry and also leverage the resources that this industry provides, which is housing, for people that want to stay short-term, mid-term, long-term, and the property owners and everybody in between. So I truly appreciate you for taking your first leap into getting into this industry, because I would have never met you. And I appreciate you for using ZFind, and we are tremendously and super happy to have you as a user, and most importantly, as someone that supports us. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.